Frank, not on Friday, with our co-host Paul Hollis, author Hallman Series and owner of Hallman Publishing, and Frank Fiore, host of Fridays with Frank. Is Frank's going to read another excerpt for us? Go ahead with this excerpt.
Yeah, this is the an excerpt from the Ghost of the Red Camel. And so this is chapter one. We already discussed the introduction, which I have to go back and hear that one. But this is chapter one, Ghost of the of the Red Ghost Camel, Case of the Red Ghost Camel. And here we go. Good God, the smell, Abbott said, grimacing and holding his nose. They're mules, Smythe replied, pointing to the dirty draft animals. 20 of them, Abbott sniffed. That's not correct, Smythe replied. The 20 mule train we're riding on has 18 mules and 2 horses. They still stink. Tell me again why we're riding in this converted mule train wagon. Couldn't we find some other form of transportation to the federal outpost? Seeing there was only the two of them in the converted coach, he added, I feel like a small pea bouncing around in a very large pod. Smythe sighed. Again, the rail line only went so far to our destination. The spur they left us at was of the move at was one of the mule team spurs hauling borax. These two wagons that hauled the borax were converted into makeshift coaches to transport miners into Arizona. The wagons Smythe referred to were large and tall, almost a couple of dozen feet high and rolling on wheels bigger than a man. Some enterprising miner who saw a business opportunity converted the inside of the one-time laden wagons to large coaches big enough to carry a dozen passengers or more. So let's enjoy the pastoral experience, Smythe grinned. Very funny, Smythe, Abbott replied. We have one stop at a way station, then tomorrow, Smythe said, we'll be at the outpost. The uncomfortable hours went by, and the two Englishmen were at least thankful that they had left the heat of the sink behind and found themselves in the cool air of scrub pine. As the sun was setting up ahead, they saw their respite for the night. That's the way station, one of the two drivers said, a portly one wearing a heavy leather work pants and a dirty torn shirt, pushing his head into the coach from above. Get your gear together. When the two coach wagons pulled up in front of the way station, the mule driver stepped down from his seat and opened the door for Smythe and Abbott. Go on in. Dinner will be ready in about an hour. I need you to wipe the dust off the trail from your gizzards. Liquor is available for a price. He snorted. Smythe, and to some extent Abbott, adapted to the situation, grabbed their valises, and headed inside the rickety wooden shack. Off to the right was a small corral where the other driver was leading the mules and horses. Behind the corral was an outhouse. Albert saw it inside. As soon as they walked through the door, a smiling, rotund Mexican man in a white apron greeted them. Welcome, senor. Sit, sit. I'll have dinner ready soon. He guided them to a small table in the center of the room. Would you like some tequila? Only 6 pesos. No, my fine sir, Smythe replied. Just some water. And you, senor? The cook asked of Abbott. Water is fine, thank you. And what about you? He asked the portly driver. Tequila, he growled, and a bottle. The cook disappeared into another room, and the three men settled into their chairs. So tell me, the retired mule driver asked, eyed Smythe and Obert and Abbott up and down. You two are sure not from around these parts. Those fancy duds you're wearing looks like city clothes. You from a city? Not from these parts, as you aptly stated, Smythe replied. We're from London. The driver knitted his eyebrows together and thinking hard. That near Tucson? No, Abbott replied. Further away, over the ocean. Satisfied with Abbott's answer, he went on. So why are you here? Why are you going to the federal outpost? We're here to find the ghost, Smythe said. The red ghost. You mean the camel? Smythe nodded. You're packing for a heap of trouble, sir. He rose the bottle to his mouth and took a big swig of Mexican white lightning. He then offered the bottle to the two men. They declined. Anyone who sees that ghost dies, the mule driver grumbled. Anyone recently? Abbott asked. Yeah, a young woman, trampled to death and ripped open. That's how he does it, you know. So you believe in it? The red ghost camel? Abbott stated. The mule driver took another long swig and then said, Damn right, he's a devilish creature with long red hair. Astride of him is a man's skeleton wearing tattered clothing. Abbott responded, But don't you think there may be? He was cut off by the crying sounds of frightened mules and horses. And that's it for chapter one.
Well, Frank, it's great stuff. People can go pick up the book by going to frankfiore.com. If you want a copy of the free book, the first book, book one, that he's reading, and go ahead and comment in the video, especially YouTube, as people are becoming fans of Frank's YouTube channel. The movie trailer is coming out soon, and be ready, guys, and write a 5-star review for Frank's books. Again, check out all the Jonathan Smythe series and every book at frankfiore.com. Appreciate it, Frank.